Millie joined us. Okay, we're going to do this haircut. It's just going to take a few minutes. I want you guys to know you can do this haircut yourself. Super, super, super easy. Let me see if I can shut that noise off. I can. Okay. Number one thing when you're cutting hair, if you're going to cut somebody else's hair or your own, the head has to be down for the back. If you don't keep the head down in the back, then the hair gets all weird and wonky down here. Put this down a smidge more. I'm cutting Kelly's hair like my haircut, which is basically, by the way, my haircut is exactly like Millie's haircut because our haircut is everybody's haircut. There's not that many haircuts. You're either layered or unlayered. And my client Millie today is going to her son's promotion. He is a police officer. You know, we love our police officers. And he's being promoted today, so she came in for me to style her hair. When you cut hair, it's not supposed to be even, it's supposed to look even. If you cut hair even, generally it will be uneven because nobody's head is even. Now that we're working on the side, I'll have her head straight and normal. There's where I left off. The only time I cut straight across is at the very bottom, the perimeter. But when it comes to layering, either around the face or within the interior, never cut a straight line because it leaves hack marks in the hair. And I'll show you what that looks like to not cut a straight line. Kelly, do you wear your hair a certain way?
Either side.
Okay. She doesn't have a particular way, so we're just going to go down the middle. I'm going to go to her chin. Remember I said not straight across? We're going to go at a point. So it's jagged. Jagged looks nice. Jagged, not straight across. Jagged will create beautiful layers, beautiful movement in her hair, but not hard lines that can be seen. So instead of cutting like this, I'm cutting in it. Get your cute little toes. People tell you you have cute toes, don't they?
No.
Well, they should.
I try to move fast.
Kelly and I have known each other for 20 years.
Yeah.
I met her when her sister was getting married. Her sister and I got married, I think the same year or 1 year apart.
Was it 99?
Oh, 1 year apart. I got married the following year. Her sister has polar opposite hair of her.
And lots of it.
Lots of it. Nobody has this little bit of hair in your family, do they?
My mom kinda.
No. Sorry.
Okay, maybe now.
I do her mom's hair too, and her mom has a nice head of hair. It's pretty thick, but she's saying not anymore.
She would love to be in this chair right now.
Oh no, my miss my Juanita. And Kelly's parents are adorable. They've been married how many years?
66.
66. Her dad would bring her mom. They can't drive anymore. But he would bring her. It's cool, it's just paper. And where I live, it gets 100 degrees in the summer. And he would sit in the car in 100-degree weather underneath the shady tree and just wait for her to get her hair done. He wouldn't come in.
Yep.
He would just sit out there.
He likes to be.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Well, he would have to.
Yeah.
That was some crazy heat.
I used to like it.
That's my dog, Juno. You guys have probably heard him before. All right, the last thing to do is the layers. And believe it or not, it's not that hard. A lot of people think layering is a big deal, but it's not. The layers are always going to be the interior and never the perimeter. If you cut into your perimeter, you leave the hair shallow. Or I should say the end shallow. Pick this up a little bit. There we go. Nick, will you do me a favor? Will you let her in? Thank you. It's that door right there. See, she's right at it. My weenie dog is paralyzed and she can't let herself in. So here we go. You can even see this is my perimeter. Pick this up. Turn her a little more sideways. This is my perimeter. Right there. That's this part. I don't want to cut into that. But this stuff is too long. Remember I said no blunt lines, so you're not going to be cutting straight. Same thing. Just a teeny bit. Because this is just this little bit of hair right here. Last thing you could do is take it all up, but all the perimeter is left out. So I'm ensuring not to mess up that perimeter. When I comb this out from the way her hair grows, I shouldn't have any points. If I do, I need to take it off. Just a smidge more. I need to get a better hold. This thing comes off too easy. Thank you guys for putting up with all of my logistical problems. Ooh, that might actually work out great. Yes. Now I'm combing it straight up. Ooh, I love my white background. That right there is too long. You could even see it's going in a point. The last thing we're going to do is connect the bangs to this back piece. And again, I'm looking for the point. You can see it right there. Coming a little closer. There's that. I'm going to get my comb out of the way. There's the point. That should not be there. And notice there isn't a truckload of hair because Kelly doesn't have a truckload of hair. If she was somebody with a big, fat ponytail, there's another piece that I missed, I would have a lot of hair up here. So remember, it's all about what you have. Okay, now we're going to style it.
I see my gray hair everywhere.
You see your beautiful grays?
I didn't say all that. Oh, yeah.
Hey, we're tilting. Timber! Oh. Hi, Julie. As always, you do amazing work. Oh, you are so kind for putting up with my horrible Norma, my horrible logistics. Oh, Lucia, thank you. She's beautiful silver hair. She does, and she never colored it. I think you did once back in the day. No? Never.
No. That was Chris.
Yeah, Chris, her sister loves to color. But she's always embraced her silver. But we were just talking about how it's so pretty now that she's getting more streaks.
Streaks that I can't see.
Because you're blind?
No, because they're in the back.
That's true, but you got some nice ones on the side. You'll see them right now. You might not have noticed them as much with your longer hair.
Yeah.
I think you'll notice them now. So what I'm doing now is just bringing her ends together. Because they were straight, we just cut them. And you guys know I talk a lot about our silver hair needs some styling or it doesn't look good. Blondes know this. They are used to it. But us brunettes and redheads have been getting away with not worrying about our hairstyle because black or dark or red automatically looks shiny. But white, silver, blonde, you could see all the imperfections in the hair. Yeah, the blonde girls know they have to style. And then I got one long spot here. Let's see if it shows on camera. This right here. So my layers from here to here, it's just not connecting. So if I pull it down and push it forward, it always, look at, I have a comb in my hand. Now, this little spot right here, because I'm picky, you guys might not have noticed it, but I noticed it, so I gotta fix it. But notice, no hard cutting, no straight lines. Better to be imperfect than perfect. Kind of the human experience, right? Weren't we talking about that?
We were.
Yeah, remember parents, some parents think they know everything. That's a burden.
And they don't.
And nobody does, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm noticing, I'm going to turn her around. Come down a smidge. Right there. I just want to give her a little bit more movement down here. I left it a little heavy, which is an insurance that I do. If you dig in here too much on fine-haired, low-density people, then they end up looking bald down here. But I left it a little too thick, and it looked like it was just hanging. Here it is right there. Much better. Did you tell your kitty husband you're finally going to cut your hair?
Mm-hmm.
He's probably so happy, huh?
Yeah. He's like, what are you going to do? I'm like, we'll see when I get there.
He loves it when you take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're always bringing Nick.
And of course today there was no traffic.
Yay!
I'm shocked. We were ready.
It's been a lot worse lately, now that everybody's getting back to work.
That's what I was imagining.
Yeah, I noticed my husband's coming home later and later every day.
Oh, really? Ooh, that traffic coming back is horrid.
We live in the Bay Area. Well, we live in a suburb of the Bay Area, but we still have to deal with traffic.
Yeah, my husband's over there every day.
Well, even last night I met my father-in-law in Stockton to get my mother-in-law back, and it was traffic at 7 at night going to Stockton.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
When I curl hair, I generally like to use a flat iron over a curling iron especially on somebody like Kelly, because it's 2 heating elements and it does a better job than the curling iron. And then if you have fine hair like Kelly, the best thing you can do to make your hair not look so low density is curls. Curls always make the hair look fuller. Whether you use a flat iron or a big round curling iron, curl your hair and it won't feel so flat. We're not all blessed with a big giant head of hair. And then Kelly and I talked about, just like I did, can't remember who it was that we were talking about. But again, she was telling me she's all of a sudden having a lot of hair loss. And I did notice when I washed her hair, it was an unusual amount in the brush. And so I'm going to remind you guys again, thyroid problems or hair loss is the #1 symptom to a thyroid problem. So I always like you to get your thyroid checked if you're noticing an unusual amount of hair loss. Either you do have a thyroid problem and you might need to get your medication adjusted, or you might be moving into a thyroid problem. We lose 80 to 100 hairs every day, naturally. But if you're seeing a bunch on your pillow, more in your brush, just go get it checked out, just to be safe. It's such a common problem.
Really?
Yeah, thyroid's super common. Look how warm it is.
Yeah.
Like no spring, we're just gonna shoot straight to summer.
Yeah.
My son had a thyroid problem his freshman year.
Oh, he did? Was hair loss one of the
No,
things?
he was always like a stocky kid, and then he
But
shot
that's
up.
an issue
He
too.
shot up one summer and got really
Mhm.
slim, like really skinny.
Yeah, weight is another one.
That's because he just shut up, you know? And then one day he woke up and his left eye was bulging out,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
and
Yeah.
he had what do you call that?
Yep.
Thyroid. I thought, oh my gosh! So we went to the pediatrician, who
Oh,
sent us to an ophthalmologist, who sent us to an internist, and then we found out it was his thyroid.
Mhm. So he's on medication now?
Well, so then the doctor sent me to an endocrinologist in Modesto who wanted to give him radiation.
No!
He was 14.
No, we're not doing radiation.
Kidding me?
I've never even heard that for thyroid.
Are you joking?
I guess to
You're not, what,
he
you
wanted
just
to,
sterilize my son?
make it smaller? Is that what the radiation was supposed to do?
So anyway, that's what I call my friend,
But
malpractice
malpractice.
doctor, and he sent me, he said, well, so I got on the phone, and so back then, we still had phone books.
We're aging ourselves.
What's that?
Sorry, yellow pages.
Nicholas is like, what is that?
And I just started calling doctors, and I called doctors until I got a doctor that had a real life receptionist.
Oh, okay.
That's adorable.
Yeah, and I talked to her, and she said, I have an appointment tomorrow morning. So we went, and he was so wonderful. He was so wonderful. And so my son got he had
Yep.
hypothyroidism and hyper.
Oh,
So he
interesting.
had Hashimoto's and Graves.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then we find out that my mother-in-law had Hashimoto, and my dad had thyroid.
Yeah, there's very much
It's
genetics
very
in
genetic,
thyroid.
Very, very genetic. And so anyway, we were able to take care of that with pills,
Nice.
medication. So by the time he got his senior year, he was off.
Oh,
He was
wonderful.
done. And so then he joined the
So you
military.
almost grew out of it.
Yeah, and then he joined the military 2 years later.
They didn't have a
and
problem with
it
that?
came- no, they didn't have any problem with that because we were then smack in the middle of a war.
I love you, Millie. No, they didn't have a problem with it. We were in the war.
Yes, we do. Yes. And so then he spent, so he didn't have medication, right, because he was off. He spent 15 months in Iraq.
Okay.
When he came back. All the stress,
Oh,
all
he flared up.
everything.
Yep.
And so he was supposed to go to airborne school, and the doctor wouldn't let him go. He said, no, something's wrong. We need to check. And sure enough, it was his thyroid.
Yeah.
And so they decided to give him meds, but he was with an airborne unit that deployed quite often. And so 6 months before deployment, they said, hey, we're going to cut your thyroid out. And, but, you know, because they couldn't, like,
Get it under
get it
control.
under control. So he called me up and I said, well, yeah, but then that's meds the rest of your life.
I was gonna say, because that's controversial too, isn't it?
Yeah, that's meds the rest of your life. But, I said, when he got it, we did a lot of research and I found my dad had thyroid cancer.
Oh,
And so I
Oh,
said,
well,
Let
that's
it go.
different. Yeah, let it go.
let it go,
Yeah.
bye-bye.
Yeah.
And so he did, and then he thought, well, that's like, I won't be deployed again. Because the recovery is gonna be, no, we're sending you to Afghanistan. We'll just-
Again, we're at war.
Go.
take your medicine with you.
Yeah, take the medicine with you. Well, here's the things that you need to look to, and it was just like, are you joking me? And I said, what happens when you're an outward, like you always are, an outpost? You're not near a big city. You guys are by yourselves, 30 American soldiers by yourselves.
Yeah.
What kind of medic do you have?
Like, just saying.
Oh my God! But then at that time, what was it? 2011. They needed him because he was a veteran of
All right.
a war. And
Voila.
I'm sending you. So he went.
Okay, now when I push this forward on her, see how that is hitting her in the eye? When that happens, it just means you iron the hair not in the best way. We just fix it.
Turn it a different way.
Yeah, we just calm it down so it's not gonna flip out on her. Voila, now the little flip is gone.
Wow.
Oh, Kelly's so cute.
Thank you.
We should have done a before and after.
That's okay.
Okay, let's take this crazy thing off so everybody can see you without this ugly drape on.
Stripes. I like stripes.
I like stripes. Alright. I love all my YouTubers. Thank you for watching. Look at this gorgeous head of hair. It's all hers. She never colored it.
It's all mine.
Remember, when you got baby fine hair, you've got to get it squeaky clean and put some curls so you got some body and some volume. Thanks for watching Julie the Hairapist. Have a great day.
Yes, that's the day that